Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
WWE Hall of Famer Paul Heyman buried a fan at a recent show. The incident took place following WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. On night one of the Showcase of the Immortals, the Wiseman stood in CM Punk's corner for the latter's triple threat match against Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman shockingly betrayed the straight-edge superstar and the tribal chief to align with the Visionary, helping him secure a massive win over his opponents. Following the spectacle in Las Vegas, the 59-year-old legendary manager appeared on the Pat McAfee Show. During the program, a fan from the audience yelled, "Paul Heyman SKS," for backstabbing CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Never one to back down, the Wiseman delivered an interesting response, thoroughly silencing the heckler. "Who's the smart A? You? The one that's going to get deported? Hey, amigo, I'm ASK, but it's your mother that taught me how," Heyman said. From 1540 to 1555. Legend says top female WWE superstar could join Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins. The WWE Raw after WrestleMania 41 on April 21, 2025, saw Braun Breaker combine forces with the Wiseman and the Architect. In a chaotic closing segment of the Red Show, the Dog of WWE teamed up with Rollins and laid waste to the OTC and the Second City Saint. Interestingly, Becky Lynch also turned heel on Raw for the first time in 3 years. After failing to retain the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship with Lyra Valkyria, the man attacked her tag team partner. Speaking on the Busted Open podcast, Bubba Ray Dudley predicted that Big Time Bex could join her husband, Seth Rollins, and Paul Heyman as a member of the modern-day Dangerous Alliance. Seth Rollins' wife, Becky Lynch, decided to have a change of heart last night. "You might be seeing a modern-day Dangerous Alliance," Dudley said. It remains to be seen what the new alliance of Heyman, Breaker, and Rollins brings to the table. It was a typical electric Friday night on WWE SmackDown, the arena packed to the brim, blue lights flickering across roaring faces, signs bobbing above heads like buoys in a sea of wrestling chaos. The Bloodline saga had reached a fever pitch. Roman Reigns was still absent, the island of relevancy in disarray. Solo Sikoa was circling the throne like a lion eyeing a weakened king. Paul Heyman, wise man, schemer, survivor, was walking a tightrope, trying to hold the crumbling empire together. But on this particular night, the chaos wasn't just backstage, it spilled into the front row. Heyman had just cut a promo in the center of the ring. Drenched in tension, he talked about Roman's eventual return and teased that a new level of dominance was coming, referencing the silent shadow of Jacob Fatu. As Heyman climbed out of the ring, clutching his phone like it was the Constitution, a heckler in the front row yelled loud enough to pierce the production microphones. "You're the reason the Bloodline fell apart, Paul. You turned your back on Brock and now Roman too." The camera caught Heyman's head jerk in the direction of the voice. At first, he kept walking, a flicker of his infamous smirk twitching at the corner of his mouth. But then he stopped, pivoted, turned around and walked straight to the barricade. The crowd started buzzing. This wasn't on script. Heyman raised his mic again, leaned close to the fan, a man in his 30s wearing a Sami Zayn honorary use shirt, and said in his deep, deliberate tone, "Ladies and gentlemen, a member of the WWE Universe has spoken." Or rather, barked, like an untrained chihuahua. Laughter and gasps rippled through the arena. Heyman wasn't done. "Let me educate you, my ill-informed friend. I didn't break the Bloodline. I built it. I resurrected a career. I engineered dominance. I turned booze into acknowledgement and made tribal combat must-see television. Roman Reigns didn't become the head of the table by himself, he had a strategist, a voice, a conscience. Me." The fan tried to yell something else, but Heyman raised a hand. "No, no. You've had your 10 seconds of TikTok fame. Now let the adults talk." The audience popped. Back in the ring, Solo Sikoa had stopped his pacing and was watching from the apron, intrigued. Even the broadcast team went quiet, sensing something unscripted and raw. "Do you people really think I'm the villain here?" Heyman barked now, voice rising. "Did I spear Roman Reigns at SummerSlam? Did I plant the seeds of rebellion in Solo's ear? No. But I was the only one who saw it coming. Because that's what I do, I see everything. I read between the punches, I hear what isn't said backstage. I knew Jay had doubt in his heart. I knew Jimmy's jealousy would crack the foundation. And I knew Solo was born for more than being a silent enforcer." He stepped up on the steel steps now, towering over the fan. So before you come to my show, with your 2-for-1 beer and your clearance aisle shirt, and accuse me of betrayal, ask yourself this: who's the real problem? The puppet master? Or the puppets who forgot they had strings? It was one of those rare moments where fiction blurred with truth. Fans cheered, others booed. Twitter exploded in real time. Paul Heyman just bodied a fan, one tweet read. Another said, Heyman just cut the promo of the year. Unscripted. Backstage, even Triple H reportedly raised an eyebrow. It wasn't planned, but it was gold. The segment was supposed to end with Solo standing tall after a squash match. Instead, producers leaned into the chaos. They sent out security, not to remove Heyman, but to escort the fan away for dramatic effect. As the man was being guided back up the ramp, Heyman looked into the hard cam. The bloodline isn't broken. It's evolving. That line trended within minutes. After the show, WWE posted a carefully edited clip of the moment on social media, titling it, Paul Heyman Silences Loudmouth Fan, Must Watch. It was labeled a heat of the moment response, but the buzz it generated was far from accidental. In the days that followed, wrestling podcasts dissected every word. Some speculated it was a setup to relaunch Heyman as the mastermind behind a reformed bloodline featuring Solo, Tama Tonga, Jacob Fatu, and a new surprise element. Others believed it was Paul's real frustration boiling over, fans forgetting his contributions, blaming him for every misstep while ignoring that without him, there is no bloodline era. And in true Heyman fashion, he leaned into the heat. On his Instagram, he posted a photo of himself with the caption, "Villain? No. Visionary." He followed it up with a short video message. "You don't get to rewrite history just because your favorite wrestler isn't on top anymore. I don't follow the trends. I set them. And trust me, I'm far from done." Then came the twist. The next week on SmackDown, Heyman opened the show, not as the wise man of Roman Reigns, but with a new label on the Titantron, Architect of Anarchy. He cut a short promo in the ring. Sometimes you have to burn an empire to build a dynasty. As the camera zoomed out, Solo Sikoa walked to the ring. Then Jacob Fatu. Then Tama Tonga. The new bloodline stood behind Paul, silent but lethal. The crowd didn't know whether to cheer or boo. The answer didn't matter. Because Paul Heyman had just reminded the world, with a single unscripted snapback to a heckler, that in WWE, words are power.